Peace, this is Drill, Quantum-like Consciousness. Today I want to talk about how you can get better at astral projection. Okay, now astral projection isn't what you may think it is. Okay, what most people think it is, it's when you lay down in bed and you leave your body and you go and explore the universe. However, it's a lot more dynamic than that. It's a lot more than just having a dream, and it's a lot more than doing what I just described as leaving your body while you go to bed. What it is actually embodied as an etheric individual while totally illuminated while walking around in a body as that illumination. Okay, if you understand what being illuminated means, it means you understand yourself as a being as large as the macrocosm and as small as the microcosm, which means that you exist in a level of frequency that isn't just third dimension. You also exist in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all the way up to the 33rd. Okay, being there's 33rd octaves to the universe. All right, now this is an advanced video about astral projection, how I personally do it, because there's many different ways you can do it, and any way you learn is probably the best way to start, whichever way you're guided to do it, as long as you do something. Okay, because you know, while we're all in quarantine, we're kind of just sitting around just like looking at our hands. You know, maybe you still have to go to work, maybe you do still have classes, maybe you still do have things to do. However, most people have more time than they usually do, and if you want to learn why you exist, if you want to learn what life is about, what existence actually is, what your physical body actually is, you want to get into astral projection. All right, because that's where it all starts. Okay, now all my videos are based off of astral projection, believe it or not. It's basically, it's not even spiritual, to be honest. Okay, knowing what you are isn't a spiritual thing, it's just an existence thing. Okay, it's like knowing your anatomy. All right, it's knowing the earth and how the earth is alive, and how the sky is alive, and how the sky works, and how the earth works. Okay, when you understand those on the etheric level, you just be able to begin to expand your understanding as the energy of that knowledge, and then you begin to tap into different worlds, different dimensions, different universes, different parallel dimensions, all the like. Okay, so the way I describe how to do astral projection in other videos is based off of a level where you can actually do a third person, or you can do a first person. It's basically like space travel. Okay, that's where I start, in space. Like literally, like you can explore Earth, you know. However, if you lived a full life and you've traveled, you've gone on vacations, you know, like Earth is cool. It's like, you know, you can go and travel around Earth, but it's a very, very small place. Okay, which is why I actually lost interest in astral projection and stopped doing it for a long time, because I'm like, what am I going to do on this little Earth? All right, it's too small. It's like when your energy body is the size of a super cluster, it's like you don't want to hang around this little blue marble. Okay, so to expand your awareness up high, like up high, to actually understand the way the Earth works, first you have to understand the Earth and the sky as your mind itself. All right, if you know the Earth is a sphere, and you know the sky is an atmosphere based off of physics, you're able to work the sky and the Earth as one within your own mind. All right, now I guess I can't really go far further than that, besides to just give you this basic exercise to be able to expand yourself into the higher levels. So here's this exercise that I have been mastering recently that actually catapulted me to be able to hold very, very high levels of astral projection into omnidimensional levels. Okay, just imagine yourself in space and cruising the globe, okay? Across the globe, as you fly across the Earth, you're basically seeing the Earth scroll past you, like basically fly past you as you're flying forwards, okay? If you've ever seen the International Space Station, it's basically how you glide across the planet, across the planetary sphere, if you were inside some type of vessel going across the planet Earth as Earth spins. Now, as that Earth spins, that's how the actual gear of the universe works, if you want to call it that. That's how the actual revolution of the universe works, okay? And you being a physical person, you are a mini universe walking around in the flesh, in a physical body, all right? So, before you go to bed, that's the best place and the best opportunity to actually practice something like this, okay? Just picture yourself in space, all right? Firstly, you want to raise your vibration to get into space, okay? It's basically, you can climb a ladder, you can walk a staircase, or you can picture yourself leaving your body and going up into space. And you basically just hover above Earth and then kind of just cruise, right? Kind of just fly, right? And you'll start expanding. You'll start be able to actually get control, and you'll start to be able to pan around the Earth and go wherever you want. All right, literally with your third eye, you'll be able to actually spin the globe and pan down like you're an omnidimensional being, and literally appear wherever you want to go and just drop there, boom, 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 boom. And then that's the beginning of everything. That's the beginning of very, very, very advanced astral projection, okay? I think I'm going to do more videos about this, because I go into like you know, lucid dream talking, like chat rooms of like live streams on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, well, tell me about space travel. And they don't know shit. It's like, oh, well, I can't tell you. Like, I go into space and I hit a wall. It's like, space is the beginning of everything, all right? Because we're in space, guys. Like, we are in space. Like, everything is in a huge vacuum, all right? And that vacuum is full of superfluid, all right, made of light, okay? Just look up the unified field theory on how all life and the physics of all life is actually interconnected in a giant grid of life, called the flower of life, all right? And when you start to actually begin to actually understand the power of your mind and how expansive it can actually be, and you start to understand how you can actually go into any type of star system, any type of galactic cluster, any type of higher dimensional world, that's the beginning to actually being able to see what is going on the third dimensional plane. It's like you begin to be able to see energy, you begin to start to read energy, you begin to start to actually operate at a much larger level with nature. You begin to be able to actually scan things with your third eye. You'll be able to scan food and actually move the density off your food. Like, there's a lot of things that come from astral projection that isn't just, oh, you know, make believe, I'm going to lucid dream my life away. Like, that's not what it's about at all. It's actually about connecting with your mind, body, spirit, soul, and actually doing it in an intelligent way where you are actually investing in yourself on a dimensional level, on an existential and eternal level, to where you're putting in the work now, which is what you're supposed to be doing, right? You're supposed to be looking at your physics of your body, of what you've been given and why you're here. And, you know, you kind of want to take advantage of any time you may have while you're doing that, you know, while you're living out day-to-day life, while you're here, okay? Now, after you start learning this global meditation where you're flying over the globe and you're syncing your mind with the universal mind, which is what you're doing, you'll start to be able to actually exist with a globe under your feet in the astral plane. I like to call it the Leerin Grid, the Leerin quantum grid, basically where you exist at where you become a Metatron level being. Is where it's like you understand yourself as a creator. Like, you can actually talk face to face with a creator of universes. Like, you're literally on a level, a dimensional plane, where it's like Tron level, literally like the movie, except it's alive. It's actually living light alive in a dimensional field that expands off into eternity. All right, and you exist here with the earth spinning on your feet. Okay, I talked about this in my last video. It's basically like you expand up and up and up and up until you understand, like, you exist as a fractal, as a higher level of yourself in a higher dimension, with yourself still down here on earth. Okay, and when your 3D vessel figures this out, you can fractal yourself all the way up as far as you want to go. All right, while still being here, you know, as much as you can handle. You know, it's like, how much can you balance? Like, can you exist while still being rationally aware in 3D, based off of, you know, who you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish in your life, and still align with your higher selves? It's like a challenge. Okay, it's like, you do the things you have to do. However, it's like, don't lose sight of what's important. You basically incarnated here to understand the level of density, to be dropped into darkness and figure out who you are once again, and to actually take that path and walk that road without being apologetic to the people around you while still remaining in your heart, is literally what we're supposed to be doing. And it is the highest level of strength demonstrated that, you know, you can possibly take, because it is a very hard test in the universal class right now, being offered to beings who are capable of incarnating, you know, into a world at this time. So I make these videos because I love you, and I want you to grow, and I want you to prosper, and I want you to be able to understand the levels of awesomeness and galactic heritage that we all come from, that we are all hailing as down here in the physical, even though we kind of look like, you know, just basic average humans kind of bumping off each other in this density. And, you know, we're all trying to figure out the world. There are higher worlds to be explored, and actually you can bring in intelligences whenever you want, you know, as long as you work hard at it, and as long as you're ready, willing, and open to actually shift the dimensional understanding and the relativity of your own mind and emotional fields and energy fields. Okay, so peace and love. If you guys would like a session, I do sessions at quantumlight.net, quantumlight.org. I do healing, intuitive coaching, energy readings, spirit totem, light code attunements, numerology readings, and I have a shop up with tons of gear and custom artwork, HD print artwork, and so much more. Thanks so much for listening. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.